I boo-hooed. I said, oh, the club put me in there. No. I put myself in there. I did what I had to do as a Hell's Angel.
You know, my daddy always, if you got in a fight and you came home with a bloody nose, did you hit him back? If you didn't hit him back, Dad put you in the car and took you back over there and told you going up in that yard and get your shit done and be a man.
They got their walls drove through by gangs, by the FBI gang, and all that shit happened to that chapter, right? Like those guys go through their being a big motorcycle club, even sometimes just being a small motorcycle club, you go through your.
A lot of people that have come in have seen definitely a change in the club and the direction that the club is going.
I looked out my window and you could see a body laying out in front. And here's this dude running around up there with just had his sweatshirt on. And he tells me he's a Hell's Angel. Even after all that, I still wanted to join the Hell's Angels.
People out there, man, that are just natural followers. And they just fall right in line with that type of program. But not 1%ers, man. 1%ers don't ask permission.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the two individuals that were arrested with some weapons. And I got a funny comment I'm going to show you guys. But before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you like this show and you want to donate, please hit up the Cash App at Chattin With Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. Every dollar goes right back into the show so I can bring you the dopest content around. And if you want to tell your story on Chattin With Staxx, just email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. We got some major interviews lined up, and I can't wait to get to those. We got a new member in the house. What's going on, that boy? That 62-6 boy? What's good, man? Thank you for getting a membership. You will not be disappointed. There's a lot of content. Ken, how you doing? Good afternoon. Jason's in the building. Keegan, how are you? So we got some more information on Spider's club life and who he really is. I'm not going to put it out there, but I do have his real name. Yup. I have his real name. I'm not going to put it out there, though. The major thing is stop fronting. Stop lying. Like, I know who you are. I know where you're at. And just stop the bullshit. How you doing, man? Thank you guys all for joining me. I really appreciate you. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. So we got a lot to talk about today. I couldn't go live yesterday. There was a problem with StreamYard. They weren't letting the streams work for some reason. It was weird. They said there was too much activity on the app at once, and they were kicking people off it. It was pretty crazy. Very odd. If you guys seen Strickland won the fight, it was a pretty good one. He's an absolute beast. Nobody thought he would win that fight either. And I made a bet on the fight, and I won. So that's pretty dope. But anyway, we're going to start off over in Australia. If you guys don't know who this guy is. So this is Johnny Two Guns Walker. He is a boxer. So he is a bikie boss. He was a leader of the Bandidos, allegedly, over in Australia. And now he is the vice president of the Nomads Motorcycle Club. So it says, in the shadowy overlaps between organized labor, street reputation, and outlaw motorcycle culture, few figures command attention, quite like Johnny Walker, better known as his nickname, Two Guns. Once known as a tough-talking boxer, he was connected to construction, forestry, and maritime employee union. Walker now reemerged inside the outlaw biker world, reclaiming prominent leadership role in the Nomads Motorcycle Club as the vice president. For some, it marks a return of the only world that he truly identified with. For authorities, it signals a reappearance of a hardened figure whose reputation has long strength beyond the boxing ring. So this dude has he's pretty a pretty tough guy. He's pretty big too. Walker's journey has been anything but controversial. Those familiar with his past describe the man shaped by physical toughness, loyalty, and confrontation, traits that translate naturally from the brutal discipline of boxing into the culture of outlaw motorcycle clubs. While he spent time outside the bikey scene, working within the union circles, sources close to the underworld say Walker ultimately missed what he called the brotherhood. The sense of loyalty, identity, belonging to the outlaw club often provides to longtime members. And so he returned. Inside biker culture, titles such as vice president carries significance beyond the ceremony. Leadership roles often indicate trust, influence, and ability to command respect within the club structure built on hierarchy. I mean, shit, if he has a leadership role that fast, that's he joined the club and boom, he's a vice president. I mean, they're pretty well known out in Australia. It says law enforcement agencies across Australia have long monitored senior figures of outlaw motorcycle clubs, viewing leadership reshuffles as important indicators of evolving power dynamics. Clubs like the Nomads continue to attract scrutiny amid ongoing police reports targeting organized crime, violence, and alleged criminal networks tied to bikie groups. Within those circles, loyalty remains currency. Walker returned, also highlighted by the reoccurring reality in outlaw biker culture. Leaving is not always permanent. For many longtime members, the club's identity becomes deeply intertwined with personal history, relationships, and purpose. Just like a lot of people that join some of these big clubs, they go right back to different clubs. I mean, look at Satan's Choice and how many people are joining Satan's Choice that were with some of these big clubs. Is because possibly they miss their former life and they wanted that brotherhood, but maybe they didn't find it in the clubs that they were in. Who knows? Al, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Soundproof 1%er, what's going on? Appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Let's see here. Hey, Wilson, what's good, man? How are you? Yeah, it sucked yesterday. I wanted to do a show and I couldn't get on the fucking stream for some reason. So we got another picture of, well, this picture's been around, but there was a kid in the picture. So we took the kid out of the picture so we could show you Spider's Club Life, the perpetrator of a 1%er. Here he is. That is the man himself, Spider. I know what he's doing, man. He's looking for fucking ratings, right? Fucking guys looking for ratings. He's losing fucking viewers, right? He's losing viewers.
Do something for his channel, make some fucking noise because he's losing fucking viewers.
So apparently I'm losing fucking viewers. So I do have to say this. Apparently, the guy in that video that said he snatched a cut off of somebody, we watched the video the other day, apparently that possibly is not Spider. but I 100% know who Spider is now. I mean, that they do have similar traits. Do you guys think that the guy I showed you on that video, do you think that's Spider? I want to know what you guys' opinion is. Do you think that video I showed you a couple days ago, do you think that's Spider? Some people think it is. Some people think it ain't.
Hey, he's just trying to do something for his channel, make some fucking noise because he's losing fucking viewers. He don't mean shit to me, dude. I ain't worried about it. Ain't nothing to me. I know where I am. I know where I stand. I ain't playing that stupid game. I know what he's up to.
He ain't playing this stupid game, right? He doesn't want to prove himself, right? Listen, someone that's in the Hells Angels is not going to be posting videos all over YouTube that are other people's videos. He's posting other people's shit from other countries and other states, right? And he tries to say, "Oh, I'm riding with my brothers," stuff like that in the video, like in the title and shit. Like, these are the real people. This is the fake shit. Out with the brothers. Like, why would he do that? Because he's a fake. He's fake. He's not really in a 1% club. I guess he has a history of doing this type of shit in that area. A lot of people know him, and they know who he is, and he's a total fraud. 100% fraud. And if you look at his comment section, he answers every single comment. Now, if somebody was in a club like that, I don't think they would have the time. I don't think they would answer every single comment, okay? This guy's he's a troll, basically. He has no life. He's not a real 1%er, and he's a fake. He's been exposed. He's been caught red-handed at being a fake. So take that information and do what you want with it.
Fuck that shit, man. I ain't never done anything to that fucker.
Fuck that shit, man. I ain't never did anything, brother.
Anyway, much honor and respect, my friend. Spider.
Anyway, much honor and respect, my friend. Living the dream, living the dream. No, it isn't Spider. But we know who Spider is now. Oh, yeah, we got his information. I have his full name. I know exactly who he is. We know who Spider is now. I kind of figured that dude wasn't Spider. That guy seems like a major fraud, too. Snatch this off someone's vest. This is the real one. This is the fake one. We're going to still go over that video. But Spider has been exposed. And if anybody else, Spider didn't answer my question in regards to possibly selling bootleg 81 merchandise online or attempted to. He has attempted to, because I've seen it in his comments. He said, "What size do you need?" and all this shit. So apparently he is selling bootlegged 81 merch online. Maybe that's his angle at this shit, trying to get money through their merch, selling fake merch to people. I don't really know his angle. I mean, it's pretty wild that he would try to do something like that. I mean, if he's willing to Photoshop his face on, I mean, these people are well known. They're all over the internet. Like, these guys' faces are all over the internet. For him to put his face on someone else's body is just, it's pretty mind-blowing that he would do that. I mean, don't you think? I mean, this guy's got major issues. If he would take someone's picture and then put his face on the body. Look at the face. Crazy. The dude grow a mustache, right? He just all of a sudden, boop, it's Spider. I'm out riding right now. But we know who Spider really is. We got his full name. We know exactly where he is. And more to come. It's gonna get good. Hey, comments make you angry. Johnny Weedseed, Wildcard, how you doing? Thank you guys all for joining me today. And if anyone else has any more information on Spider, please. He shares videos from other countries and all. Yeah, he does. He takes videos from other things and he puts them on there and acts like it's him in the videos. It's crazy. It's kind of cringy. Virginia Chaos is in the building. What's going on, man? So did you guys see that video of the motorcycle hanging from the street light? That was insane. Let me see. I could play the video for you guys. It's pretty wild. Motorcycle hanging from the street light. I still say dude's a Fed posing. I don't think he's a Fed. I don't think he's smart enough. Tell you the truth. I think he's just like the twin outlaw brotherhood trying to throw a fucking diamond on a. I mean, nobody's really seen a real picture of him, right? All they see is these videos from other Hells Angels. And then the people in the comments, right? Let's get this clear. The people in the comments, I think he made those profiles up too, that are saying to him, the people in the comments are like, hey, brother, see you this weekend, brother. Those people aren't even real. They have no subscribers. It's very, very cringy what he's doing. But anyway, this was a motorcycle accident where I have the backstory on the situation. Motorcycle is injured in a crash overnight. Oh, wait, that's a different one. I got some crazy news for you guys. So, a motorcycle seen hanging off a traffic light after crash. This happened in Canada. A video shows the shocking aftermath of a crash that left a motorcycle dangling off a traffic light in Canada. The crash happened in Delta, a southern suburb of Vancouver, on Saturday afternoon, involving a motorcycle and a silver sedan, according to footage from the scene. The force of the crash left the motorcycle hanging off the traffic light by the front wheel. Local media outlet reporter describes the scene as horrific and said the road was closed in the wake of the traffic accident. Said the motorcyclist was hospitalized with serious injuries, but is expected to survive. The sedan driver was not injured, but the car sustained significant damage. And the motorcycle just hanging around. And I blurred the guy laying in the road, so look at that shit. That's insane, right? I mean, what are the chances that the bike just clips the top pole and hangs up there? That's insane. So the spider thing, we're still gonna go over that other video too. So because it's funny, right? But anyway, listen to this wild shit. I have reason to believe, and don't this is not 100% proven fact, but somebody crashed a motorcycle on the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood's road in Colorado Springs. Right on their same exact road, they crashed a motorcycle, right? So, motorcyclist injured in an overnight crash in North Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs, Colorado, a motorcyclist was seriously hurt after missing a curve and crashing their bike. Police say the crash happened near the corner of Oro Blanco Drive. That is where the twins live. And it happened at 2 a.m. on Saturday. The motorcyclist was traveling eastbound on Oro Blanco Drive when the driver failed to navigate a curve and lost control of his motorcycle. The Colorado Springs Police Department lieutenant said the motorcycle was the only vehicle involved, and police say speed was likely a factor in the crash. The rider was transported to the hospital, and their condition has not yet been released at this time. So the crash happened on their street. Who knows? Could it be one of the brothers that crashed their bike? I mean, they don't ride that much, right? They're always in their garage. Hey, Kurt, what you doing, man? Thank you for joining me. Driving and listening. Tommy, what's up, man? Thank you for joining me today. He's not a fed. He just needs meds, wild card. 100%. He is another twin outlaw. 100%. I don't think he's a fed. Pepper, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Did the guy live? Yes, the guy lived. With the bike that's hanging from the pole, yes, he lived. I still say dude's a fed. No, I don't think he's a fed. You think he's got mental issues, but we know exactly who he is now. Possibly could be one of them. It possibly could. I'm not saying 100%, but whoever it is, they crashed their motorcycle on their street at 2 a.m. How many other motorcyclists are going to be out around that time? And they probably go to the store and shit around that time so that they're not seen by people, right? They probably try to sneak out and shit late at night. Maybe somebody checking out the twins. That's another possibility. It could be. You're 100% right. It could be someone checking them out. So I'm going to play some more of that other video, even though it's not Spider's Club, because it's funny. So we're just going to get a laugh at that. Let me see where I left off at. I sent you a video, actual collision on your email. All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I got it. I don't know if I could show that on here, though. YouTube's very sensitive with what you can put on here. They're really fucked up. Like you can't put violence, you can't put crashes. That's how I got banned off of Patreon. I put a motorcycle crash and they banned me off Patreon. Insane.
Prime example of the U.S. government spending millions, probably, of taxpayer dollars for nothing. Really, realistically, for nothing. They claim that this club are, the mafia on wheels, gun runners, drug traffickers, this, that, and the other. And I wanna make one thing really clear. This club, the Hells Angels don't condone any illegal activity. And one other thing is, if you are a full patch member, when you go to church, you pay dues. You pay your dues every week when you go to church. I'm not going to get into how much they are, or if they change for people or whatever, or anything like that, but you do pay dues. Now, what was I saying? As far as like Dobbins and
What was I saying? He says.
Pops and the other agents involved in that particular venture. Yeah.
So just before that, he was saying that Pops was the undercover CI, right? He didn't say Pops was the agent. This guy didn't take his meds either. Maybe he did take his meds, but he took them through the nasal passage.
Accomplish something, and what they accomplished was becoming full
Pablo,
patch
what's up,
members
man?
of the Hells Angels. Now, that is a huge accomplishment, but it wasn't what they set out to do, and they didn't do what they set out to do. So, in essence, they failed. Now, since then, and this cracks me up. Since then, Dobbins claims that he's had death threats on his life and his house was burned down and and the ATF won't fucking defend him, they won't back him up, and all of this is just a publicity fucking stunt on behalf of Dobbins.
And didn't this guy say that he has a patch, but it may or may not have a death head on it? Yeah, I know. We kind of figured out that this isn't Spider's Club Life, but this is another imposter too. Here's Spider's Club Life. He can't connect his beard. You notice? That's pretty funny. That's a telltale sign that that's not Spider's Club Life, right? And the voice is way different. He's just fucking losing viewers.
To promote his books and his fucking traveling around speeches he gives and this other bullshit that this fucking basically coward. Actually, I probably shouldn't call him a coward. This snitch.
People are calling, right? He's calling him a snitch, but the dude's a fucking cop. Like, that's his job. Like, J. Dobbins' job was to infiltrate that club. It wasn't to go tell on his friends. He was a cop. So, I mean, is a cop a snitch? No, a cop's a cop. You know? The HA would never patch a guy like this. Nah, I don't think so. Listen, I'm not in a club. I never claimed to be. I never would be. But this guy definitely ain't that type of material.
It's just basically trying to promote his new career, which is trying to make money off of the fact that he infiltrated.
I agree, Kurt.
You know, the AJ.
But he's like, this dude's a snitch. No, he's a cop. He was doing his job. He was a cop. Was like someone that turns on their friends is a snitch. Cops are cops.
I have no respect for him. I have no respect for anybody that was involved in anything like that. Now, I equate that very similarly to somebody.
George Christie has respect for him. George Christie did a show with him. George Christie, I've had Lou Dobkins on the show, but George Christie sat across from Jay Dobkins, hugged him, shaking his hand, best friends. Very odd, don't you think?
Wearing fake fucking patches and colors. Why? Because full patch members of the Hells Angels, no matter what charter they're from, worked fucking hard for those colors. And they'll die for those colors. They'll die for their brothers, and their brothers will die for them. Okay? Now, for some fucking weekend warrior piece of shit, or whatever the fuck this guy was.
He took it upon himself, right?
To go out and buy, you know, wherever the fuck he got them.
One of the same George and Jay sitting in the tree, 100%.
There's only one person that makes authentic.
Christie knew about Jay from the jump, I believe. Probably. I mean, he was trying to go around Sonny and shit. So, And we all know that fucking George hated Sonny, right? And now he's buddy-buddy with him. So you do the math. Like, something ain't adding up, right? Lisa, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Wow, Christy knew about Jay from the jump, I believe. Can you
Hell's Angels
imagine?
patches, and he makes every single one for every single member all around the world. Okay. Jesus Christ, bro. No. I'm almost out of time here, but when I go on dog walk today and do dog walk story time, I'll explain to you how Ralph, better known as Sonny Barger, became the national president of the Hells Angels and basically the founding father of the best motorcycle club on the planet. So we'll talk about that. That'll be story time for the dog walk today. Right now I have to go in and eat my fourth meal, hang out with my mom a little bit, and I really will fucking shoot you dead. Fucking gun keeps tipping over. Is this is a carton of cigarettes? You get 200 cigarettes for less than the price of one fucking pack of Marlboro Reds. So I stopped buying fucking packs of Marlboro Reds, even though I can afford them. And I started doing that because what the fuck, dude? Like, I can get 200 cigarettes for fucking $8 or like $9, or I can get 20 for $8 or $9. Hang on, here's my boy right here bringing me my fucking cash and shit. Pause. See
This
how
guy
that
says-
fucking works?
This guy said he was a collector and he used to collect money from people. Dog walk story time, real 1%er shit. Oh, man.
Now, when you're me or someone like me, and I believe we had a video about fucking street fights and shit. I think it was yesterday. I have been in probably fucking over 150 fucking street fights, okay? I've lost a lot of fights. I've won a lot of fights.
He lost about
Anybody that fights will tell-
99.9%.
Anybody that fights and tells you they've never lost a fight is a fucking bold-faced liar. Okay? There's always somebody bigger, there's always somebody tougher, and you know what? It doesn't really have to do with size. I have found that the best fucking fighters on the planet are dudes that weigh about 180, 190 because they're quick. And if they're somewhat muscular and strong, your punching power doesn't come from a 20-inch arm. Your punching power comes from your shoulder and your back. Okay? So...
Yeah, this guy ain't no type of club material, I don't think. Look at this. Best friends. Chopping it up. Best buds. What do you guys think of that? Huh? Wild shit, ain't it? This dude was trying to put these guys in prison forever. I never thought I'd see the day that a former president that allegedly never cooperated sitting across from a former ATF agent that tried to infiltrate his club. Make that make sense.
If they have a little bit of strength there and they're quick, they're generally, if they know how to fight, some of the best fighters out there. That being said, I have been repping Silverback Crew again. A division of, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that being said, if you have been in that amount of fights and say you've never lost a fight, or even if you've been in 10 fights and say you've never lost a fight, you're a fucking liar. Okay? For one thing, nobody ever wins a fight. Alright? Somebody might get their ass kicked. Okay, but that doesn't mean the person that kicked their ass won. Alright?
What does it mean?
In general, should probably try to be avoided. Now, in certain cases, such as, since we've been talking about,
just because you kicked the other guy's ass doesn't mean you won? What? So getting your ass kicked doesn't mean you lost a fight either? Is it that this guy's fucking perception of shit? Because I'm a little confused.
Motorcycle clubs and rival clubs, sometimes you can't avoid a fight. You know, if I'm sitting in a fucking bar and 4 vagos walk in, there's going to be a fucking fight, whether I'm by myself or not. And I think I told you that story, actually.
Hear it again.
I believe I won that fucking fight, and there was 4 of those little fucking green pussies. But,
what?
Some fights can't be avoided, you know? But now, when you talk about civilian people, and, why the fuck are you licking my shirt? Like, licking my shirt as if I spilled fucking dog heroin on it. I don't condone fighting and I don't condone violence.
This dude said he won against
said,
4.
I have a loaded gun in every room of my house. I always have a loaded gun on my person, at least one. I have a fucking loaded gun on all of my fucking Harleys. I have a loaded gun in all of my fucking cars. I'm a fucking convicted felon.
What? Well,
that is.
Well, what do you know? This guy just said he keeps a gun everywhere he goes, in his car, on his bike, in his person. And he goes, and I'm a convicted felon. Can anybody say, oh, what the fuck? What did we just listen to? Like, is he serious? Is this guy serious? Let's hear that again.
Anyway, that being said, if you have been in that amount of fights and say you've never lost a fight, or you might get their ass, as since we've been talking about motorcycle clubs and rival clubs, sometimes you can't avoid a fight. You know, if I'm sitting in a fucking bar and 4 vagos walk in, there's going to be a fucking fight, whether I'm by myself or not. And I think I told you that story, actually.
You can't make this up.
I believe I won that fucking fight, and there was 4 of those little fucking green pussies. But, some fights can't be avoided, you know? But now, when you talk about civilian people, and, why the fuck are you licking my shirt? Why licking my shirt? Gun in every room of my house. I always have a loaded gun on my person, at least one. I have a fucking loaded gun on all of my fucking Harleys. I have a loaded gun in all of my fucking cars. I'm a fucking convicted felon. That is a felony. That is fully against federal, state, every law possible. Stop it. Just stop it. Okay?
You just
No
admitted
more.
it.
No more, baby. I don't give a fuck. Because the fact of the matter is if you roll up on me and I'm with my family, my daughter, my mom, my dog, my other dog, and you challenge me, I'm probably just gonna fucking shoot you. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that are going, oh, this dude's just talking a bunch of shit. I'm really not. Okay? If you know how to read tattoos, you know exactly who I am and where I'm from. The reason I bring that up is not to sound cool. It's not to sound like a badass. It's because I wanted to show how quickly the tides change when I say to somebody, okay, I'll give you your $100, you give me my 400. So like, what was that, 20 minutes? And he shoots me back $400. He doesn't have the balls to bring it himself. He fucking sends the go-between, of course. You know, the fucking hang around the prospect and fucking, you know. But like, you know, don't fucking try to pull the wool over somebody's eyes who has been, and I hate to say this because it doesn't sound cool, a criminal all their fucking life. Okay? I've made almost all my money without ever having a job. The only jobs I've ever had has been like bouncing jobs in clubs and shit.
Now admit to more crimes, right? Like, are you serious? Is this guy serious?
I have been a collector, a debt collector. I have been, I'm trying to think of the right word. I have been an enforcer for individuals, not even for
Virginia Chaos,
groups.
thank you so much for the
I've
donation,
been an
man.
enforcer for
Appreciate
like like loan sharks and such, which is where all these fights come from, mostly. And I've been a sergeant at arms. Now,
who gave you that
as
position?
I
Your
said
mom?
before, I don't claim to be part of any motorcycle club. You probably won't see me wearing colors. I may have some.
He got some Temu colors. He may have some. He just said, I've never been in a club. And then he said, I may have colors. He said he was a sergeant of arms. Where did Spider's club life really obtain those bootleg patches? So this isn't Spider's club life. This isn't the same guy. This is someone else. Spider's club life is a different person.
That has nothing to do with this. What I'm getting at is that when you live a life that I've lived, A, is why I started bodybuilding, so I could be as big as I possibly could, because the intimidation factor goes a long fucking way, okay? In most situations when a gun
now he's
is
a felon.
involved,
Now he's a felon putting it on the camera. Is he? Wait. Is this guy serious? Now he didn't just tell us. He had to show us.
the gun doesn't even have to be fired, okay? Once a gun's brandished, most people are gonna fucking either pay what they owe or make some type of arrangement to pay what they owe. And I'll tell you,
He wasn't joking. He does break a lot of laws, and he admits to all of them on camera.
this. It's only the stupid motherfucker that would kill somebody that owes them money, because how the fuck are you ever going to get your money then? So they hire people like me. I'll go to their house with a baseball bat or a ball peen hammer or a fucking whatever, and I guarantee you I will get the fucking money that's owed. I guarantee it. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this a little short because I feel like I'm talking shit. People are gonna make comments, whatever. Again, open challenge. Anyone that wants to fucking comment, come say it to my face. I'll give you
I don't know if you want to do that, buddy.
$1,000 fucking bucks.
I don't know if you want to do that. I don't think people really want to do that at this day and age on the internet. So he'll give you $1,000. I mean, most likely he'll be in prison by the time you get to him, though. You know, most likely he'll be in prison for felon in possession of a firearm multiple times. He's admitted to what? Robbing people, strong arm robbery. Dude is bugging. People, take your meds. Just take them. All right. Like, don't be this guy. Don't be this guy. So Spider's Club Life made a post, right? And it says something about haters. So people are hating on him. That's the problem, right? He's just getting hate because people are hating on him because he's the ultimate warrior. It says, I'll meet you face to face like men. To all the haters, to all the trolls, to all the manipulators, to all those who want to tear others down with jealousy, to all the rumor mongers and gossip hounds, I'm throwing you a bone. You know where to stick it. That's what he posted. So that's what Spider's Club Life posted 47 minutes ago. Because he knows he's been caught out. I said, stop it, Chris. Stop it. Stop it. Phil, what's up, man? I got some real good shows dropping soon. I got some bangers coming up later in the week. So the RCMP has made some statements, right? And they just said the RCMP is reminding riders to stay safe this motorcycle season as it begins. They're urging motorcyclists and drivers to pay caution to the roads. Motorcycle season gets underway in the province. Police say there were 288 motorcycle collisions reported in the Alberta RCMP jurisdiction last year, resulting in 259 injuries and 16 deaths. The RCMP is encouraging both riders and motorists to remain aware of one another and follow at a safe distance and use safe driving practices throughout the riding season. Police recommend riders complete a pre-ride inspection before heading out onto the road, checking their tires, fluids, lights, chains, and overall conditions of the motorcycle. RCMP also reminds riders and passengers to wear approved helmets along with protective gear such as jackets, gloves, boots, shatterproof eyewear to reduce the risk of injury and prevent collisions. Motorcyclists are also advised to wear high visibility clothing and remain out of vehicles' blind spots whenever possible. And they've been saying a lot about Satan's choice hitting the road. It's like, it seems like they're categorizing them as a outlaw motorcycle gang. And the ironic thing is, when I put that question out there, the same day they dropped an article about it, saying that they do classify them as a outlaw motorcycle gang. And I was asking, what do you guys think? Do you think they're gonna classify them as a outlaw motorcycle gang? Boom! No sooner. Right after I did that show, here we go. Let me see. I'll get it for you guys.
This is CTV News at 6.
Oh, what the hell? Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get you guys. This is the whole damn news report. I thought it was just let me see if I could get you guys just but they are classifying them as an outlaw motorcycle gang. It's pretty weird they would do that. All right, here we go.
Alberta RCMP say a motorcycle gang that's getting larger is increasing the potential for conflicts. RCMP say Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club is growing across the country, including in Alberta. And that could lead to more clashes with established motorcycle gangs like Hell's Angels. Mounties say warmer weather can mean more bikers on area roads and highways. People might also see a heavier police presence when these gangs plan rides and events.
When these gangs plan rides and events. They're motorcycle clubs. Stop it with the bullshit. They want people to be afraid of them. That's what it is. They get more money. The police get money to investigate them. It's just a bunch of fucking political bullshit. We all know what it is. So in other news, in Connecticut, more than 50 motorcyclists have died in Connecticut crashes each year, DOT says. The summer nears and more motorcycles are out on the road. State authorities are reminding all riders to keep safety protocols in mind, noting that more than 50 motorcyclists are killed in crashes in Connecticut each year, according to the Department of Transportation. The DOT and U.S. Department of Transportation, National Highway Safety Administration are promoting May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, looking to reinforce safety awareness and driving behaviors. According to the data, 6,226 riders were killed in crashes across the country in 2024, representing 15% of all fatalities. Motorcyclists were 27 times more likely to die in a crash than a passenger in a vehicle. With speeding, alcohol involved in majority of these accidents, data shows Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month is an important reminder that every decision we make on the road matters. DOT commissioner said in a release Friday that no matter how you travel, stay alert, follow all the laws, look out for one another, and prevent crashes and save lives. Let's work together. Well, when you're giving undocumented people, right, illegals, driver's licenses, and you're letting them just do whatever, there's going to be major problems on the road. Like, I don't know how they think they can do that, and then there's going to be no fucking issues. These people are in California. They're getting behind the wheel of fucking tractor trailers. They're giving them licenses without even having a fucking ID. So what are we supposed to do? Just wait until they come along and watch out for them? It's insane. And these are the people that the state wants to protect. So 3 men were arrested after a high-speed motorcycle chase in Blair County. This is out of PA in Blair County. Police responded to multiple complaints of motorcycles racing down 19th Street between Pleasant Valley Boulevard and 12th Avenue at 2 a.m. April 13th. According to a police report, upon arrival in the area, patrol officers saw 2 motorcycles traveling at a high rate of speed on 17th Street towards I-99. Officers pursued the vehicle for a short time before ceasing due to danger of the motorcyclist's speeds. During the time, a 3rd motorcycle narrowly missed the patrol vehicle by passing on the shoulder. They attempted to stop the 2 first motorcycles as they sped down the 2400 block of Pleasant Valley Boulevard, but was forced to end the pursuit as well due to the high rate of speed. Both officers said they saw no registration plates displayed on any of the motorcycles and were unable to immediately identify the owners. The police department detectives investigated the incident and were able to positively identify the motorcycle's owner. So these dudes got away, and then they were able to identify him. So they got caught. Grady Billard, Gage Heverly, and Ricky Fogel of Altoona were arrested. They were all charged with felony, fleeing, attempted eluding police, reckless endangering another person, racing on the highway, and other summary traffic violations. It's crazy. Some states, they won't pursue motorcycles, right? They'll stop. If people are running, they'll not pursue them. So let's see here. So here's another case out of Canada. Ex-biker loses fight to obtain his police records if they exist. A former member of an outlaw motorcycle club has lost his legal battle to force the OPP Biker Enforcement Unit to release any records related to him. The Information and Privacy Commissioner in Ontario upheld the decision by the ministry to refuse to either confirm or deny the existence of any records containing the man's name during a 27-year period. The man whose name was not released in the ruling was a member of an unspecified outlaw motorcycle club for 13 years. He filed a Freedom of Information request seeking any records related to him from the OPP Biker Enforcement Unit. That's a smart move. The Biker Enforcement Unit, made up of officers from nearly 24 law enforcement agencies, is responsible for gathering intelligence and evidence supporting prosecutions involving outlaw motorcycle bikers and their associates. So like them people that were out there taking pictures of all the Satan's Choice, that's the Biker Enforcement Unit. It's made up of all different police officers. The man argued that he's constantly harassed by law enforcement while a member of a club and still has problems crossing the border into the United States, even though he left the club 11 years ago. Obtaining any police information about him would help clear his name, he said. But the ministry argued that any records about the man, if they exist, are protected under the section of the Freedom of Information Act and the Protection of Privacy Act that allows information to be withheld if disclosed that could interfere with gathering intelligence and reveal intelligence, interfere with an investigation, or endanger law enforcement personnel. The man's request is extraordinarily broad. The links to intelligent records, the ministry argues, releasing the records, if they exist, would significantly harm the biker enforcement unit's ability to collect intelligence and maintain relationships with partner agencies. In his appeal, the man argued it doesn't matter how police collected the information because it is his own. He said releasing it wouldn't interfere with police work because he was never arrested or charged with a crime. The adjudicator concluded any records could contain intelligent information that could be used by individuals to modify their behavior to avoid attracting further attention from police. They don't want to give up that information. This could cause significant harm to the existing law enforcement operations. They wrote in a decision released last month. I understand that the appellate believes that any records that exist would contain his own personal information, and that his information would not be considered intelligence information. He has never been arrested or prosecuted for anything. However, I am not convinced that the appellate personnel information, if it exists, is precluded from being intelligence information, or that the disclosure of the information would not interfere with the gathering or reveal law enforcement intelligence information, despite the appellate's belief that it is beginning, whatever the fuck that means. A spokesperson for the Biker Enforcement Unit confirmed officials are aware of the Information and Privacy Commissioner of Ontario's decision, but declined further comment. There are 10 outlaw motorcycle clubs operating in Ontario and 73 chapters across the province with more than 1,000 members. The Hells Angels are the dominant club with 14 chapters, including one in London. Officers from the Biker Enforcement Unit routinely gather intelligence at biker events such as rallies, funerals, and other gatherings. In London, for example, officers took photographs, video of participants, including members of the Hells Angels and various support clubs, during a demonstration out in Egan Detention Center in July of 2021. I mean, they're out at all these fucking rallies, right? Anything going on, they're there. Let's see here. A motorcycle is jailed for causing the death of a man. This happened out of Plymouth, Connecticut. So this guy was arrested. Motorcyclist jailed for causing the death in Plymouth crash. Motorcyclist has been sentenced to 6 months in prison for causing the death by dangerous driving after a collision in Plymouth. Jordan Goody, 26 years old, was convicted and charged by the Plymouth Crown Court after a jury found him guilty on the 10th of April 2026. The incident occurred the 5th of February 2024 when police were alerted to a collision involving a KTM motorbike and a pedestrian at Beacon Park Road. The pedestrian, 80-year-old Delwyn Durham, a local war veteran, was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Sadly, Mr. Durham died of his injuries 3 days later. An investigation revealed Goody had fled the scene after the collision. Several witnesses reported seeing Goody pulling wheelies and overtaking cars just moments before the incident. The motorcycle was later recovered hidden, and Goody was arrested and charged with causing the death by driving dangerously. Goody denied the offense but was found guilty by a jury. On the 8th of May, Goody was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Or he was sentenced to 6 years in prison, not months. They must have did a typo or some shit. He also received a driving ban for 6 years, extended to 9 years, which includes an extended driving test requirement to be fulfilled upon his release. Lead investigator Detective Sergeant Sam Pullen, the Force Serious Collision Investigation Unit, while we welcome the sentence Goody has been served, no sentence will ever make up for the mindless actions on that day. Not only Goody riding an off-road vehicle, it must have been a dirt bike, right? But he also wasn't insured or licensed and no marker plate. He left the scene of the collision with no regard for human life of Mr. Durham. He lay dying on the road. He was loved by everyone and served in a war. He was walking to the local social club that day, unaware that would be his last day out. Goody's decision to drive increased an incredibly dangerously manner. He saw a man lose his life and left his family and friends heartbroken. So he's going to be in prison for 6 years. It says 6 months on the fucking title of the story. That's a pretty big jump, right? Fucking 6 months to 6 years. Who we got in the building? Yeah, I think it's the Plymouth, UK. Oh, that guy died. The old man died. The BC ended up in traffic light. Yeah, that's up in Canada where the bike was hanging on the light. I need to focus on the weirdos, on community, protecting women and kids, 100%. CT highways are wild. Yeah, they are. They drive crazy, man. People drive nuts. Biker enforcement unit is within the metro, like credit card fraud, traffic duty, homicide, etc. Able to figure out who hated all by myself. So apparently, me just pointing out that he's photoshopping his face on other people's bodies, I'm a hater for that. That's apparently that makes me a hater because I pointed out that he's photoshopping his face onto real members of the Hells Angels bodies. That's just fucking weird. And he wears a fucking outlaw support shirt. But he's pretending to be a Hells Angel, which he's not one. I confirmed that today. He is absolutely not a part of the Hells Angels. He's not a part of any 1% club. This guy doesn't have a clue of the information that I have on him. And if he doesn't cut the shit, I'm telling you, it will not end up good for you. It won't. I'm near Waco, so I know about heat on the set. Is this the same guy just on your live? No. No, that's not the same guy in the video. No. The guy in the video is a different guy. This guy and the guy that was just in the video are different guys. This guy and the guy in the video are totally different people. So this guy, Spider's Club Life, he was in a clean and sober club. And he wants to play 1%er, but he's not one. He's not one. He photoshops his picture on members of the Hells Angels bodies. This is Spider. He was the vice president. We know all about Spider now. So don't worry. I think it's going to get better before it gets worse. For him, anyway. Showing you Staxx, seen it many years ago. No, it's all right, man. That was a funny ass video. I appreciate the video, Kurt. Shit. Guy's a goofy too, though. Yeah, he is. Where's that from? Cut that shit. Where's that from? Where's what from? Spider's Club Life is attempting to sell bootleg support merch on his YouTube channel. I can't believe all of the people in the comments that believe this guy. I can't believe that. And then he's making up false pages and putting Hell's Angels names on it with Hell's Angel logos. They don't have any subscribers or anything. And then he's commenting, "Hey brother, it was great seeing you at the event. These guys that say you're faker are idiots." It's like, dude, come on, man. Come on. Spider, where are you? I know you're watching, Spider. You know he's watching. Any good interviews coming up? Bro, I got some bangers coming up. Tonight, I'll be dropping another one with Milk at 10 o'clock. If you join members, you'll be able to see all of them. I got a major interview this week. Major interview. So stay tuned for that. We got to talk about the last situation. And don't mind, never mind. Let's talk about the last situation with the Bandidos and the Avispon. I don't even know Avispon. I don't even know what the hell club that is. I never heard of it before. Did you guys ever hear of this club? So apparently, 2 men were charged for illegal firearms after Harrisonville traffic stop. Now, some dude was talking shit in the comments saying, "Oh, this shit happened in Kansas, idiot." Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri. He's like, "It happened in Kansas. Why are you writing that it happened in Missouri?" It happened in Kansas City, Missouri, idiot. So 2 members of the Outlaws motorcycle gang are charged in a criminal complaint after they were stopped at Harrisonville, Missouri, while armed with firearms. Marvin Pullup, a.k.a. Bandido Marv, 52, and Joseph McCullum, 63, were charged with 2 counts criminal complaint. Both individuals are being charged with felon in possession of a firearm. According to the affidavit filed in support of the criminal complaint, the Harrison police officer observed motorcycles which were traveling together. Officers observed Pap pull out from the stop sign and cut off a vehicle. The vehicle had to slam on its brakes to avoid a collision. The officer continued to follow the motorcycles and observed Palp cross the center line and then conducted a traffic stop of the motorcycles. During the traffic stop, both Palp and McCullum stated that they were carrying firearms inside their cuts, leather vests. Palp's cut identified him as the vice president of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club, El Dorado chapter in Kansas. And McCollum's identified him as the vice president of the Avispon Motorcycle Club. El Dorado chapter, both Pup and McCollum were interviewed and admitted to possessing their representative firearms. They were both previously convicted of felony offenses. So this shit is not looking good on these guys. They're getting the same charge that guy in the video we just watched is going to get. Or he might have already got it because that video is from quite a while ago. It's not a new video. That's pretty old. So under the federal law, it's illegal for anyone who had been convicted of a felony in possession of a firearm by any firearm or ammunition. So if you're a felon, right? If you are a convicted felony, it is a serious charge, and it carries 10 years in prison if you get caught with possession of a firearm or ammunition. Even one bullet can send you to prison for 10 years if you're a felon. Charges contained in the complaint are simply accusations, it says. Not all evidence is guilt. Evidence supporting the charges must be presented by a federal trial jury whose duty is to determine guilt or innocence. This case was being investigated by the Harrisonville, Missouri Police Department and Independence, Missouri Police Department. And then they go on to say about the Project Safe Neighborhoods. This case is part of the Project Safe Neighborhoods program, bringing all levels of law enforcement communities to serve to reduce violent crime and gun violence to make our neighborhoods safer for everyone. On May 26, 2021, the department launched the Violent Crime Reduction Strategy, strengthening PSN based on these core principles, fostering trust, legitimacy in our community, and supporting community-based organizations and help prevent violence from occurring in the first place. Setting focus, strategy, enforcement priorities, and measuring the results. So these guys are, they're probably going to go away for a little bit, I would imagine. But it sucks to be them. But stay tuned. We got a lot of great interviews dropping, a lot of good content. I got one with Jimster, former Twin Outlaw Brotherhood, and that one's pretty good. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. We got 35 people in the house. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin With Staxx. And thank you, Virginia Chaos, for the donation. I really appreciate it. Or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. The links are in the description of this video. And if you want to tell your story on Chattin With Staxx, just email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. Hope you guys have a great day. And remember, don't be a dummy like that stupid motherfucker that we watched today. Oh, yeah, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.